From Hollywood star to conspiracy theorist, Terrence Howard is making waves with wild claims and shocking allegations. Welcome to Urban Culture HQ on 365 OTG Media. I'm your host, Serena, and today we're diving into the storm surrounding Terrence Howard, a name that's been lighting up the internet with controversy. Let's break it down. Terrence Howard isn't just the guy you remember from Hustle and Flow or Iron Man. He's an actor who's been in the game since the 90s, with an Oscar nomination under his belt. But lately, he's been grabbing headlines for reasons far beyond his roles. Howard claims to be a scientific genius, boasting about holding 97 patents that he says could revolutionize everything from flight to virtual reality. On the Joe Rogan Experience in May 2024, he said his first patent laid the groundwork for the entire AR/VR industry, claiming it's earned over $7 trillion, but he hasn't seen a penny. Here's the catch. A closer look shows Howard's AR/VR patent application from 2010 was abandoned in 2013, after he failed to respond to the patent office. Some sources, like Snopes, confirm he's been granted other patents, 11 in total, mostly for toy designs using magnetic shapes, but nowhere near the 97 he claims. Critics on platforms like Reddit argue these patents don't prove scientific brilliance, calling them a credibility hack to fool people who don't understand patent law. Howard's patent claims have sparked major backlash. After his Joe Rogan appearances, where he also claimed to kill gravity and said 1 × 1 = 2, scientists and educators pushed back hard. A physicist on Reddit called his ideas a nonsensical theory of everything, while others, like a Medium writer, apologized on behalf of scientists, labeling Howard a crazy person peddling gibberish. They argue his pseudoscientific rants, filled with made-up terms, undermine real academic work and confuse fans who mistake his jargon for genius. On X, fans are split. Some see him as a misunderstood innovator, while others call him crazier than a shithouse rat, especially after he claimed to remember being in his mother's womb. But the controversy doesn't stop there. In April 2025, Howard dropped a bombshell on the PBD Podcast, alleging Diddy, aka Puffy, tried to sleep with him. He claimed Puffy invited him over under the pretense of being his acting coach, but just sat there staring, waiting. Howard's assistant reportedly told him, "I think he's trying to F*****KU, after which Howard cut contact. He didn't hold back, saying men who attended Diddy's infamous parties lost their man card, getting punked out and pimped out. With Diddy facing federal sex trafficking charges as his trial looms in May 2025, Howard's claims have added fuel to the fire. He also blasted Hollywood, saying female celebrities trade their bodies for roles, losing their souls, while he's lost business for refusing to bend over or play gay roles, staying true to his masculinity. Howard's not done stirring the pot. He's also claimed tech companies stole his patents, and in 2024, he told Joe Rogan he could rebuild Saturn without gravity using a new force he discovered. Posts on X show fans reacting, with some calling him a truth-teller exposing Hollywood's dark side, while others think he's unhinged. Terrence Howard's controversies are a wild ride, but who is the man behind the headlines? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more from Urban Culture HQ on 365 OTG Media. To understand the man behind these wild headlines, let's dig into Terrence Howard's roots. Terrence Deshaun Howard was born on March 11, 1969, in Chicago, Illinois, to Tyrone and Anita Howard, both of African and English descent. Raised in Cleveland, Ohio, his childhood was rough. At just 2 years old, he witnessed his father stab another man in the Santa line slaying, an incident that led to his dad's manslaughter conviction and 11-month jail stint. Howard's parents split after his father's release, and he was raised by his great-grandmother, actress Minnie Gentry, who sparked his love for acting. But his early years weren't easy. He's spoken about enduring beatings from his abusive father and facing racism growing up, experiences that shaped his resilience. Howard's acting career kicked off in the 90s, with his big break coming in 1995's Mr. Holland's Opus and Dead Presidents. He started small, landing roles in shows like The Cosby Show at 15, and playing Jackie Jackson in the 1992 miniseries The Jacksons, An American Dream. By the early 2000s, he was a rising star, co-starring in the sitcom Sparks from 1996 to 1998. His mainstream breakthrough came between 2004 and 2006 with a string of acclaimed roles, Crash, For Brothers, and Hustle and Flow, where he played a pimp and drug dealer, earning an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. He also starred as James Rhodes in 2008's Iron Man, though he was replaced by Don Cheadle in the sequels after a reported pay dispute. From 2015 to 2020, Howard dominated TV as Lucius Lyon in Empire, a hip-hop mogul facing his mortality, cementing his status as a household name. Beyond acting, Howard's been making waves with scientific topics that have taken the world by storm. He claims he studied chemical engineering at Pratt Institute, but left short of a degree. On the Joe Rogan Experience in 2024, he said he's an engineer at heart with 97 patents. But his scientific claims go way beyond that. He's proposed a new math called Terryology, arguing 1 × 1 = 2, not 1, and says it's the key to a unified theory of everything. He's also claimed to kill gravity and rebuild Saturn using a new force he discovered, ideas that have scientists shaking their heads. On X, some fans hail him as a genius breaking free from mainstream science, while others call his theories nonsense, pointing out his abandoned AR/VR patent and lack of formal credentials. Love him or hate him, Howard's ideas are sparking debates worldwide. Terrence Howard's journey, from a rocky childhood to Hollywood fame, and now a scientific firestorm, is a wild one. What do you think of Howard's scientific claims? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more from Urban Culture HQ on 365 OTG Media. Love him or hate him, Howard's ideas are sparking debates worldwide, but his controversies don't stop at science, he's taking on Hollywood itself. On the PBD Podcast in April 2025, Terrence Howard positioned himself as a whistleblower, exposing what he calls the industry's dark underbelly. He dropped a bombshell about Diddy, claiming Puffy invited him over under the pretense of being his acting coach, only to sit there staring, waiting for something more. Howard's assistant reportedly warned him, "I think he's trying to F*****KU, prompting Howard to cut contact. He didn't hold back, saying men who attended Diddy's infamous parties lost their man card, getting punked out, and pimped out, and that Diddy's actions were part of a broader pattern of exploitation. With Diddy facing federal sex trafficking charges as his trial looms in May 2025, Howard's claims have added fuel to the fire, especially as other allegations, like those from Gina Huynh and Jane Roe, paint a picture of a predatory culture. Howard also slammed Hollywood's systemic issues, alleging female celebrities are pressured to trade their bodies for roles, losing their souls in the process. He claimed he's lost business for refusing to bend over or play gay roles, saying he's stayed true to his masculinity despite the cost, even losing out on major roles after turning down projects that clashed with his principles. On X, some fans see him as a truth-teller, with one user writing, "Terrence is exposing the Matrix, Hollywood, science, all of it." Others think he's lost the plot, with comments like, "This man needs help, not a podcast." Howard's not just calling out Hollywood, he's ready to duel anyone who disagrees with his stance or ideas. On the Joe Rogan Experience in 2024, he challenged critics to a scientific showdown, saying he'd prove his theories, like 1 × 1 = 2 or killing gravity, in a public debate, anytime, anywhere. He's doubled down on X, telling followers he's prepared to face off against scientists, tech companies, or anyone who doubts him, claiming they're scared to confront his truth. He's even suggested a literal duel, saying he'd put his ideas to the test in a live experiment, daring the scientific community to step up. In a recent interview with Charlamagne the God, Howard went further, saying he's ready to debate Elon Musk or Neil deGrasse Tyson, calling them out for dismissing his work without engaging. He's also accused tech giants like Apple and Microsoft of stealing his patents, saying he'll take them to court if they don't step into the ring with him. This combative stance has made Howard a polarizing figure. Some admire his fearlessness, while others see it as a sign he's spiraling. Terrence Howard's journey, from a rocky childhood in Cleveland to Hollywood fame, a scientific firestorm, and now a self-proclaimed exposer of the industry's darkest secrets, is a wild ride that's got everyone talking. He's a man who's unafraid to challenge the status quo, whether it's science, Hollywood, or powerful figures like Diddy, but his bold claims have left the world divided. Is he a visionary breaking free from the system, or has he gone too far down the rabbit hole? We want to hear from you. Click the link in our description for the full story on Terrence Howard's controversies. What do you think, genius or unhinged? Is he right to call out Hollywood and Diddy, or is he reaching? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more raw stories from Urban Culture HQ on 365 OTG Media.